What's up? Let's run Icy Lil. Let's see if we can make it through the end of Echoing Wings. This will be interesting because this thing does drop like a kill spell in the end. But I honestly think that if I can charge up my S3s, I could deal with it. I could just take it out in one big shot before it can threshold me. We'll see. Dun, dun, dun. I don't even know why, I just went with Grand Brave. Let's get away from this thing. It does summon little allies. Here's our S3. Yeah, it does some good damage to it. So I'm going to want to charge some of those up. And why not put some protection on because of these little mobs that are running back and forth. Alright, the S2 helps. We need to keep our eyes on the prize though. This thing, it's actually almost a half health already, so I need to just kill some time and charge up that S3. You know what though? I am thinking before we get there, I'm going to want to rebuff myself. They did manage to get a stun on me. A very, very unprogressive stun. Oh, they did something with it. There's some damage that thing is cranking out. I don't know if it does a magic. I think it is a physical attack. It's threshold. So we will drop an S3 right now. So one starts charging. Alright, we're still targeting this thing. And we're stunned again. Okay, we're just gonna have to let this play out, but at least it's not thresholding. Oh, yes it is. Oh, you know, we survived it. We did manage to survive it, just barely. I don't think we can hold on, though. Oh, unless we can get some crazy healing going. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Can the S3 finish it off? Some of these, some of those. Another S3. Well, would you look at that? It appears that its hit points are actually locked. Ugh. That's never good. Means we're probably going to get hit with a threshold or two more. Might as well heal off the little creatures around me. Oh, our S1 did it. Cool. Last time I ran this, his threshold actually wiped me out, and because I didn't see it coming, and I didn't have that, what was it, protective barrier on or something. So this time I was actually buffed, managed to take that hit even though I was stunned. We made it through. Cool. Girl surprises me every day. Let's see, what do we got here? Ooh, deep in the trees. That one's pretty hardcore. We can try Sound Civilization. Ow, kitty. I got a cat sitting here just biting into my arm. To make this fight even harder. Ouch. Hey, that one hurt, bud. Alright, another damn... Oh, a bunch of trees. Cool. Oh, we killed a bug. I'm gonna kill these things even though they're in our face. I don't recall what this one is. I'm assuming the end of it's gonna be some sort of boss. So let's see. By then we'll be all charged up. You know what? Let's just dump an S3 and take care of these fools. Yeah, her S3 is it's better than Colonel Mustang's. Which is saying a lot. Now, she can't just insta-cast it like Colonel Mustang can at the cost of his MP. But, first of all, it doesn't matter where you're at on the screen. You can drop the S3, and it's going to hit. Colonel Mustang's S3 can miss. It actually misses all the time when enemies are moving, and then you wasted a ton of MP. This girl's S3 is always going to hit. It's way harder to interrupt. Yeah, we want to... the saber links, we want to target that. Yeah, this S3, there's no hiding from it. She shoots up into the air and it just comes down. You can't get around it. It's not like General Mustangs where you can dodge his fireball and then it never goes off and the damage just gets wasted. So that can hit anybody damn near anywhere. S3 is absolutely amazing. Let's make it rain on some trees, yo. Doesn't even matter which one we target. They're all going to get hit by it. And nighty-night. So the S3 is just absurd. The damage on it is great. Yeah, really, really strong character. I guess, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, right? How else were they going to get people to pull for this girl? Right? They were going to have to make her super OP, right? Because a lot of people, well, including me, are not a big fan of running Christmas-themed characters in July. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of time I skip on characters like this. Well, why wouldn't I, right? Unless they're super uber strong and they're on top of the meta and they have some kind of special support ability that strengthens other heroes that you actually enjoy. And that is why I started looking at this girl in the first place. Spell sync. Oh no, we've already done this one. Yeah, that is why I started really looking at this character in the first place. Is, well, hold on. There's probably some cheese-worthy stuff here with her Slayer boost. That was my initial thinking. It was like, it doesn't matter what you think of this character because she's going to be empowering other characters, and that's what it was all about for me originally, you know, until I actually saw the synergy in her kit and how strong they made her. That's pretty impressive. So I do think this girl is going to last a little bit, and she should. I mean, she is a limited character, right? I guess they knew that if they made her weak, that if she just kind of flopped, no one would ever pull on these damn things. Now they're gonna release holiday characters, and I'm gonna be like, hold on, the verdict's still out. We need to actually run these characters and see, because sometimes they fit in some cheese-worthy stuff in here. Or why else would you pull for a Christmas-themed character, right? They've already put in the code for a little black dress because they know that people aren't going to want to run a Christmas, like a balls-to-the-wall Christmas-based character all year round. So at least they put something in to make her dress black, a little less Christmas-ish. I don't know. They could have done something about the little snowmen around her. I honestly think we just need a Bomberman skin for Lilibet. Bomberman Lilibet. Yeah, that's what this collab should be. We should be having a Bomberman collab right now because that's what this girl is. She is just throwing freaking bombs on people's heads. Ice bombs at that, right? In fact, let's throw some of those. Let's get rid of some of those S1s. Slow these fools down. Introduce them to Frosty the Snowman. That's right. But he hits like Frosty the Blowman. Oh. Yeah, still a fan of the S2. It is useful. You know, in a perfect day, she only needs to use her S1 and her S3 and her basic attack. But when things actually get up in your face, it is nice to have that S2. Again, I wish it was one of those things where you could proc the S2 and then move around, like do something with that. I think they really could have done a lot with her S2 and the mechanic of it. Like if you're going to have Frosty the Snowman make like a shield around you, I just think it'd be cool if she could cast while that's up, you know, get some of her buffs up. Maybe that S2 could at least like partially cover her while she's trying to get a spell off, or, you know, maybe throw an S1 in there. But it doesn't seem to work like that. You do have to wait for the S2 to finish. You know, I get it though. They made her so strong already that it's like, what is going on here? They obviously didn't make her strong enough to conquer the loading screen. So, yeah, that's a wrap. That's how I'm feeling today. Oh, a bit of good news for those of you who made it to the very end of this now loading screen and you're just listening to me talk. Wow, there's a bunch of deer in my backyard. That is cool. You guys gonna eat the cat food? Big victory. big victory. I did just watch a video that Budafish made when he was going through the mail, and he did announce that hit point locks on bosses' health bars are out, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I'm happy AF over that. I went to war over that shit. I really thought it was hurting the game. You're putting in a mechanic that is hurting another mechanic that we already have in the game. It was effectively making breakers worthless. In fact, it was making breakers bad, because now you're just rushing to the threshold that you have to prep for if you're breaking an enemy, and his hit points are going to have a shield on them before he gets to that threshold anyway. So by bringing a breaker, all you're doing is rushing to your death, right? I could break this guy right now and get him down to half health, and then what? His hit points freeze up. He comes out of it and he drops some kind of kill spell. Well, because you used a breaker and you got to that threshold so quick, you probably didn't have time to put every single one of your buffs up in order to try to survive Apocalypse or whatever the hell the boss is using. So that was like the big problem for me. It not only did it just destroy breakers and make them worthless, it actually kind of made them bad. Like, you know, why else would you do it? So kind of a big surprise that they actually did that. Thank goodness. I think it's a step in the right direction. It's going to help save the game. It's a huge quality of life improvement, and it goes to show that they might not always listen, but sometimes they are forced to hear. And I think that's what happened. There was a huge outcry from the community. Nobody was happy about the bosses being able to just lock their hit points before a threshold. Yeah, nobody was happy about that. I did make a bunch of noise about it. I'm sure other content creators did too. It's good to see that they finally did something. It did take a while, so it all leaves us hoping. I'm hopeful right now. Maybe they'll actually do something. The other cause that I've been trying to champion personally for this game that I think will, you know, improve quality of life even more for everybody would be an actual increase to the on-banner rate. The on-banner rate, okay? We do have one of the worst ones out right now, just because our pool is just getting so polluted. And it is what it is. That would be an awesome Christmas, New Year's, whatever present to all of the last Cloudia players, and I think it would help us get some of our player base back. That is honestly how I feel about it. That is the word that I'm getting from the community. Everybody strongly agrees. Yes, you know, the next thing, the big thing, if we could get a victory anywhere, that would be the one to go for. I mean, if we could increase the on-banner rate for everybody wins, and I think we would get some of our players back. I've talked to people that are like, man, I want to play, but it just creates such a desperate environment for me. I'm not having fun anymore. And I've heard this time and time again. What am I supposed to say to these players? Because, yeah, bro, gacha life is brutal. I can only say that so much. It's brutal for me, too. It sucks. And I have to try to put myself in other people's shoes. What if I had to sit back and watch and miss most of the characters and only got one every freaking blue moon? Man, I don't know how much fun I'd be having. And Adis really needs to think about that, because this game is nothing without the awesome community that comes with it. That is why I do this. That's why I actually enjoy this channel. That's why I keep making videos. I love the community that we have. It's not about a sub count to me. I really don't care. Matter of fact, I try to hide this channel. I have never once promoted this channel. I've never put it on social media. I've never shared it on Facebook, on Twitter, on any of that shit. Ever. Ever. You have to dig into the depths of YouTube itself to find us. We are the underground. And I'm happy with the way that things are just right now. So, yeah, we have to celebrate the small victories that we get along the way. And I personally think this was a victory. I think this was a victory. You know, whether they wanted to listen or not, they had to hear it. They're getting rid of the hit point lock, so everybody should be happy about that. Okay, you know what? Let me be perfectly honest with you. I think there might have been one or two people that were just like, I really don't care. I really don't care about the hit point lock. It's just part of the game. And I'll admit that there were a couple people that were just like, it's no big deal. But I don't think they were veteran players. I don't think they were veteran players. I don't really think they thought it through. You know, when you start to actually go into it and you realize how it's hurting the breakers and that mechanic in the game. So, yeah, that's a big deal for me. We got that one in the bag. The next cause I'm trying to champion is to do something about this on-banner rate. Everybody's hopeful. It is Christmas. We're hoping that ADIS does something for all of the players. That would be a good damn start. That would help us get back to having a strong and healthy community. I know plenty of people that would flock back to this game right now if we just put out the word that, hey, our on-banner rate has went up. You know, there's a 50-50 chance that the red you pull is going to be something on banner. Cool. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to get what you want every time, but it does mean that you don't have to pull 50 red orbs anymore to get something that's on banner. That is a goddamn disgrace. And that is what really should be addressed next. But, you know, we'll see how ADIS does it. And on that note... And on that note, we get absolutely destroyed by a fire attack. Doesn't Lilibet have Ice Wall too? Well, she got him down to half health. Maybe I'll go back in, mess around with this dragon later. But I did want to declare a small victory on the battlefront. The war is not won yet, okay? But we will take every goddamn victory that we can get. Everything and anything we can get to increase the quality of life in this game. We do love this game. I love this game. And I support this game, right? And that is why I have the right to bitch a little bit here and there when I see our game slowly getting destroyed. And this was one of those things where I really did think it was detrimental to the future of the game. I'm glad they rethought it. Took them a while, but I'm glad we got that announcement. I cannot wait for all those hit point locks to be gone. Now, I don't know what they're going to do, right? They could just add more hit points to the bosses so you can't just cheese through them. Or, like I said earlier, there's better ways of dealing with this situation instead of just locking the boss's hit point pool. They've done things where the boss puts up a shield where he's invincible unless you can break that shield with a thunder spell or a certain type of spell. And that makes it interesting. Yes, the boss's health will lock only for about as long as you can get that spell off, and your mage can still be interrupted. We've had very fun fights where the boss puts up a barrier and your mage has to be ready. It has to throw some lightning to take that barrier down, you know, and it does make it more interesting. It does make it more fun. But not when the boss's health bar is just getting locked and there's not a damn thing that you can do about it. And actually, I was willing to parlay a little bit with them, like, man, okay, if you're going to lock their hit points, then at least make it count as a new wave so that all of our buffs get, you know, all of our when battle start buffs would get reapplied. Because then that way, at least you have a chance of some boss locking his hit points up and coming out and throwing some kind of threshold killer move at you. Well, at least then you would have some of your battle start buffs and you could kind of build around that. I don't know. I was trying to be as creative as I could. I was thinking of every possible other way to do it. And the simple conclusion is we've already had fights where they've tried different mechanics and they could just stick with doing those things, and I think it's going to work out just great without crapping all over breakers. Matter of fact, I just put breaker on Lilibet. I was looking at it like, this is something I never thought I would use again, because what would be the point of it? So yeah, it's nice to have breakers back into the fold. It is nice to have our breaker characters back. It's nice to know that there is a strong future for them here in Last Cloudia. Ooh, so enjoy the victory, everybody. I'm sure as hell happy about it, right? And yeah, hopefully, you know, it is Christmas. I'm being wishful here. Hopefully, more good things are to come. We'll see. We'll see how generous ADIS is feeling with the Christmas spirit. And I ain't trying to Grinch it up or nothing. I'm just being real, okay? Would be nice to get something like that
I would definitely give Eidos props if they did something about the on-banner rate. I would go get a goddamn soundboard and get them applause. All right, so hopefully I'm gonna have to find that soundboard, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. Not gonna hold my breath. We'll take one thing at a time. We got a victory. I'm happy about that. I will see you all out there. I hope you enjoy the vid, and talk to you soon.